Batalangundua is a tiny speck of an island within the island of Sri Lanka. A News First crew recently visited this remote and unique place.
Yesterday, we reported on the drinking water problems being faced by the people of Batalangundua. This, however, is not the only problem that they are facing. The people of Batalangundua are engaged in struggle at present to secure the children's right to education.
අඩුමතරම අකුරක්වත් දන්නේ නැති ළමයි තමයි ඉන්නේ දැන් ඉන්නේ ළමයින්ට. ඇයි දැන් ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ දැන් ඒ ළමයි කැරකි හැමතැනම කැරකි තමයි ඉන්නේ.
All children have a right to education. However, the children of Batalangundua say that ever since the only teacher on the island left 2 years ago, they have been deprived of this right.
සර් අස්සලා ගියා සර්ට පඩිය අඩුවෙන්ද සර් අස්සලා ගියා දැන් ඉන්නේ ළමයි ඉතින් එහෙට මෙහෙට කැරකි තමයි ඉන්නේ ඉතින්.
The people of this island within an island hope that at least the most crucial of the myriad of the problems they face will be resolved with the dawn of a new year. Over 100 families facing severe hardships in Megoda Kolonnava due to the lack of water. News First reports on the issue. Officials of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board supply water to these families from a bowser. Today, area residents complain that they do not have water to even celebrate the dawn of the new year. Why are the authorities not initiating a permanent program to supply water to the people of Megoda Kolonnava?
You're watching your Primetime Weekend News Bulletin. Up next is Action TV.
The destruction at this national reserve, where the law is enforced against farmers from adjacent settlements if they even chop a piece of wood for the use of a mammoth hilt, is taking place under the Gajamethuru land policy of the Sri Lanka Mahaweli Authority. This reserve, located adjacent to the Ruhunukatha settlement in Aselapura Valikanda, spans an area of 200 acres. While this 200-acre land was named a reserve rainforest under the Mahaweli Rapid Development Program, until 2009 the reserve came under the Department of Forest Conservation. Wild elephants from the Maduroya National Park travel to this reserve land in search of food, but with the area of this reserve decreasing from 200 acres to about 100 acres, it is possible that these elephants will encroach on the adjacent human settlements including Ruhunukatha. Another reserve located not far from here, which was taken over by the Mahaweli Authority, has now been cleared and is being used as a farm. The Mahaweli Authority, which has imposed limitations on the provision of the waters of the Mahaweli for agrarian settlements in the scheme, is providing water for the large-scale farms it has established after clearing reserve land, turning the concept of water management on its head. If this program of land grabbing via the clearing of forests is not put a stop to, and steps are not taken to regrow the forests that have already been destroyed, then will there not be a risk of the Mahaweli scheme turning into a desert? Minister of Irrigation and Water Resource Management, over to you.
The Rajarata Udana 2013 Carnival will commence tomorrow at the S.M. Chandrasena Public Grounds in Kahatagas, Digiliya. News First is the media sponsor of the event.
The Rajarata Udana Carnival, organized jointly by state institutions including the Office of the Deputy Minister of Economic Development and the Office of the Chief Minister of the North Central Province, comprises of a number of New Year games. All preparations have been made to hold the Aurudu Udana Bak Mahawalala at the S.M. Chandrasena grounds. The carnival will comprise of a number of New Year games and also musical performance in the night. News First is the media sponsor of this major carnival. We invite everyone to visit this carnival. News First has also made preparations to stage a musical performance by the popular group City Creek. A number of popular singers from across the island will participate at the concert, which is scheduled to begin at 10:30 p.m. tomorrow.
The third festival of the Sri Muthu Mariamman Kovil in Colombo 11 was held today. The third festival commenced at 6:30 this morning. Following religious observances, the third procession took to the streets. Sri Muthu Vinayagaswamy, Sri Panchamuga Vinayagaswamy and Sri Shandeswar Swamy accompanied the procession. The third procession paraded through Chetty Street and Sri Kathiresan Street and returned to the Kovil at 4:15 this evening. Moving back to some local news now, 3 people have been killed in road accidents in the past 24 hours. In one of these accidents, a SUV veered off the road and plunged into a reservoir in Sevenagala. Of the 3 people inside the vehicle, 1 was killed. The driver who survived has been arrested. Meanwhile, our reporter says that 3 people were injured when a car collided with a train at the Habaradua unprotected level crossing in Habarana this afternoon.
An elderly woman and a youth were killed in another accident which occurred on DS Senanayaka Mawatha in Anuradhapura. The police say the accident occurred when a motorcyclist ran over the woman last night. While the 74-year-old woman was killed on the spot, the 24-year-old who was flung from the motorcycle succumbed to his injuries after being admitted to the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital. Meanwhile, an ambulance toppled into a 20-foot precipice while travelling from an estate in Maskelia to the Maskelia District Hospital. The driver of the ambulance and 3 others who were injured in the accident have been admitted to the Maskelia Hospital.
A motorcyclist who was involved in an accident with a cab on the 12th of April at about 11:25 p.m. near the Bovitiawatha Elders Home in the Minwangoda Police Division has passed away. The deceased was Taruka Nadisha Rajapaksa, a 27-year-old resident of 103A6 Madindeniawatha, Madamulla.
The Sri Lanka men's and women's teams have qualified for the final 16 of the Asia Pacific Beach Volleyball Championship. The Sri Lanka A team defeated Japan 2-1 today at the tournament, which is being held in Thailand. Shifting gears now, Fernando Alonso rode to a dominant victory in the Chinese Grand Prix on Sunday, that's today, to give Ferrari their first win of the Formula One season.
In a dry race dictated by tyre choices and frequent pit stops, the Spaniard beat Lotus Kimi Raikkonen by 10.1 seconds to make amends for crashing out of the previous race in Malaysia. The win was Alonso's second in China, where red is regarded as the colour of good fortune, and his first since Germany last July.
Yeah, it feels great after the retirement in Malaysia. We had some pressure to finish the race, but the 2 races we finished this year, 1 second place, today the victory. So definitely the start of this 2013 campaign is looking good. So we are very optimistic.
Lewis Hamilton completed a trio of world champions on the podium with 3rd place for Mercedes after the Briton started on pole position.
Yeah, I'm really happy with today's result. I mean, great result for the team. Very happy with the points. The team did a fantastic job all weekend. Unfortunately, we didn't have quite the pace that these 2 had, but still very fortunate to get on the podium.
And finally, Berhard Langer, who won the US Masters in 1985 and 1993, says he plans to use smart aggression to work his way from 5 shots behind leaders Brandt Snedeker of the United States and Argentine Angel Cabrera to the front on the final day.
Well, it's going to be tough to make up 5 shots on 2 people, because one of them is going to play well and the other one might fade away. So I have to be extremely aggressive, but there's holes out there where you need to be a little bit cautious. You can't just go at it full bore, because you're going to make a bogey or 2 very quickly. So what I call smart aggression is my way to go tomorrow, hopefully, and I'd love to go on the par tomorrow and see what that does for me, and maybe picking up another green jacket.
American Brandt Snedeker and Angel Cabrera of Argentina survived a drama-packed day at the Masters to share the lead after the 3rd round, nosing themselves ahead of a congested leaderboard that included Tiger Woods. Woods is a hot favourite at Augusta National, where he's a 4-time champion.
When you hear the words cat and theatre in the same sentence, usually you would expect your attention to be drawn to the world-famous theatre production Cats. But this is not the case at the recently reopened Cat Theatre in Moscow, Russia, which showcases literally performing Toms and Tabbies. We leave you tonight with footage from their first performance after reopening. I'm Shane Silva. Take care and good night.